Whitby, land of mystery, seagull warfare and pensioners in matching waterproofs, spending money like it's still 1978. It's mid-September, which means the town has slipped into that awkward in-between season. Still busy, but just bearably so. Like queuing at Greg's behind only 5 people instead of 15. The weather's hanging on by a thread, the lobster lads are hauling while they can, and the fisheries inspectors are poking about like they've just discovered crime was invented here. Meanwhile, Dino managed to break down, the Graham brothers limped home under tow, and Damo's engine belt decided it fancied an early retirement. Yes, running a boat out of Whitby, it's not all swashbuckling glory. More like grease, breakdowns, and praying your bank balance survives the week. But hey, it keeps Glenn and his camera entertained, and that's what really matters, isn't it? This is the Whitby update for mid-September. I'm Garry Bender, your guide, your narrator, and frankly the only reason you're still watching. Glenn's behind the lens, trying not to get mugged by seagulls. Now let's get on with it, shall we?
Big stone. Big stone. Thought it was a giant chocolate cookie.
Back when Glenn was a lad, a fire was just a fire. Straightforward business, flames, smoke, bit of panic. But now, in today's super sensationalised social media world, it has to be a wildfire, or it's nothing at all. So imagine Glenn's delight when he stumbled across a wild bin fire in Whitby. Yes, a talking Whitby bin, smouldering away like the apocalypse in miniature, and stepping up to save the town. Not the fire brigade, not even a farmer this time round, but a Whitby postman. Armed with nothing but a single glass of water, he tamed the beast and claimed instant legend status. Eat your heart out, Fireman Sam.
Don't make me laugh. It's prisoner of war 10. Aww.
Whitby doesn't really do quiet. Even in September, when most seaside towns are rolling up the deck chairs, the streets here are still packed. Good numbers of visitors keep pouring in, proving that Whitby is busy pretty much all year round. The Scallopers steamed up from the south earlier in the year, dragging their gear across the seabed in search of scallops. It's a method many accuse of leaving lasting scars beneath the waves, though the crews insist it's just part of the trade. But this week, the talk on the quayside is grim. Catches are down, the fishing is slow, and patience is running thin. The men say they'll soon be forced to head south again for the winter months, most likely back to the English Channel. The question is whether there'll be anything left worth returning for next year. Luke Russell's boat, our Henry II, is back in harbour with a promising haul of crab and lobster. Being one of the larger vessels in the fleet, she works further offshore, often landing a bigger catch than most. But before the boxes are sealed and sent on their way, fisheries officers Dan and John have arrived for a routine inspection. It's standard practice, yet always a moment of tension for the skippers. Each lobster is measured. Too small, and it must be returned. Carrying eggs, and it goes straight back to the sea. Crabs are checked just as carefully. Nothing escapes the scrutiny, and every move is captured on Dan's camera and microphone to make sure the process is beyond question. Sometimes breaches of legislation can result in skippers being brought to court and fined heavily. For Luke and his crew, it's a waiting game. A mistake could mean a portion of the catch is gone in an instant, and a fine may wipe out today's profit entirely. But today, after every tape measure has snapped shut and every shell has been checked, the verdict is clear, all in order, as is usually the case in Whitby.
Hey up. How you doing, my mate?
Alright, how are you?
I'm good.
Where the town's rumour mill has once again gone into full industrial overdrive. Now, Whitby, just to be clear, is several hundred miles from the English Channel. No dinghies, no migrants scaling the cliffs, no border force standoffs on the beach. Yet somehow word got out that border force had descended on the town in hot pursuit of illegal immigrants. And what sparked this national security scare? A local pleasure boat took a couple of Asian families from Blackburn on a 20-minute jolly to see the wildlife. Seals, birds, Whitby Abbey from the sea, the sort of radical extremism you simply can't allow. Naturally, someone saw them coming back in through the pier ends, and armed with the mathematical skills of a damp sponge, put two and two together and made illegal immigration. One phone call later, border force are apparently mobilised, Whitby stands on red alert, and the rumour mill shifts straight into fourth gear. By tea time, the story had grown legs, tails, and probably wings. Local experts now insist a gentleman by the name of Dick Larden is smuggling people in via the bellboy. Quite how this is achieved is unclear, but if the boy starts handing out passports, I'll let you know. And of course, once Whitby gets hold of a tale, it mutates faster than a North Sea cod. Give it a week and we'll be told the Abbey is a covert immigration centre, Dracula was the original people trafficker, and Border Force are setting up a base at Moby Dick's. Folklore, ladies and gentlemen, in the making. Poor old Dino, managed to break down as if the sea was personally taking offence. He was working his pots down near Hayburn Wyke, which for those keeping score is practically Scarborough territory rather than Whitby. Geography clearly isn't on his side. Mid-haul he put the boat into gear and, surprise, surprise, heard a crunch, tried again. Nothing. Nada. Afloat with no engine, on a windy day, with a tide strong enough to make a grown man reconsider all life choices. Damo heroically tried to tow him home, but his boat was just too small to make headway, especially in a stormy sea. No chance. So, with safety creeping into common sense, Dean did the unthinkable. He called the lifeboat. Rich and his team swooped down the coast in 1349, picked him up, and began the slow, dramatic drag back to Whitby. Tension levels high, embarrassment levels also high. Back in the harbour, Dean rolled up his sleeves, tinkered, cajoled, and somehow had the boat running again by close of play. Slightly red-faced perhaps, but really, it's happened to every Whitby skipper who's ever dared to put to sea. The best, the boldest, the most foolhardy. They've all been there.
What was that, Dean? Yeah, Chuckle Chuckle Brothers.
Oh, that's nasty, that. He says it's very rare that you two stand together. Chuckle Brothers.
This way.
Who's that for?
The Viking. 6. It's smaller.
Now.
Wales out now. Wales. Everywhere. And then putting it all over Facebook.